Come with me, and you will see a place that was so fun to be. Say hi, join hands, 'cause we're all good friends with our neighbors round the world. Let's be friends all round the world. Namaste. Namaste. We're going to visit India today, and our friends who will join us are Lulu, who's from India and wearing a grown-up lady's sari, just as her mother does, and Chandra, who's also from India, and Gwen, and Hermione, and Rick. Now, where is India? Let's see. Here's the United States over here. And then we cross the Atlantic Ocean, we go past Europe to Asia. And there is the large country of India. India is a very important country, a country of contrasts and color, of the highest mountains in the world and hot, dry deserts, of wealth and poverty, of modern cities, ancient temples, and of the arts, so necessary to life. We'll introduce you to some of the arts of India today. The dance. The dance is very important in India for religion, for storytelling, for enjoyment. And each part of India has its own dance style. The Katakali dance of South India. Or this Manipur dance of the Northeast. The music of India weaves a magic spell of excitement that can make you feel peaceful or sad, or can make you feel happy. And literature. The stories of India are among the earliest ever written. One of the greatest adventures in the literature of the world is the long Hindu epic poem called the Ramayana. It's about the fight of good against evil. And our drawing story today is about the hero Rama when he was a young man. Handsome and strong and so kind that the people and the animals loved him very much, and he carried his bows and arrows wherever he went. There's a beautiful princess in our story, too. Her name was Sita, and she was just as good as she was beautiful. In India, everybody knows the Ramayana. Boys try to be as much like Rama as they can, and girls try to be like Sita. But nobody wants to be like the evil king of the demons, Ravan, who is said to have had 10 heads. And here is how the story goes. Many, many years ago, and even longer ago than that, brave Rama and his brother Lakshman traveled to the palace of King Janak. It was a very special day, the day that Rama would be put to a great test of strength. The palace sparkled in the sunlight, and they entered the courtyard. Everyone was waiting, kings and princes from all the land, lords and ladies, the queen, the king, and the loveliest of all daughters, Princess Sita. Rama was ready for the test. There was a hush in the courtyard, and then King Janak began to speak. "My people, the contest begins. I have a remarkable bow and arrow. The bow so heavy it must be carried on a mighty cart, and all who have tried to lift it have failed. The young man who succeeds in lifting the mighty bow may ask for the hand of Princess Sita in marriage." Rama stepped forward. He bowed to the king, and he bowed to the queen, and he bowed to the lovely Princess Sita. And then, with no trouble at all, he lifted the mighty bow of gold, and he drew back the cord with such strength that the mighty bow broke with a tremendous crash. One lady said, "I cannot believe it." The queen said, "He has succeeded where all others have failed." King Janak said, "Brave Rama, you are indeed worthy to marry the lovely Sita." And Sita said, "Rama is the most wonderful young man in the world. I'm happy to be his bride." They had a splendid wedding. One day, after many, many years and many, many adventures, Rama and Sita and Rama's loyal brother Lakshman were living in a forest. Sita was taking a walk and admiring the trees and the sky when suddenly she saw something move in the distance. It was a deer, not an ordinary deer, a golden deer. Wonder of wonders, it was the most beautiful creature she had ever seen. And for the first time, Sita asked her husband Rama for a gift. How she wanted the golden deer. So Rama set off to follow the deer, and Lakshman followed Rama. Little did they know that the lovely deer was an evil demon in disguise, and that it was a trick thought up by Ravan, the 10-headed lord of the demons himself. While they were gone, Sita vanished, captured by the evil lord of the demons. Rama had to find her. He searched, and his brother searched and searched, and the animals of the forest helped to search, including a new and very special friend, a monkey named Hanuman, who leaped across flowers and trees and mountains and even across the sea to search for Sita, until he found her and told Rama the way. So Rama and his brother set off on their journey, and finally came to the demons' country. The sky was black and stormy, and even the trees shivered in fear. There were terrible battles, and then at the end of the last and most terrible battle of all, rushing wind grew loud. White lightning flashed down from the cloud. As everybody shook with fear, they saw the demon king appear. In thunder and flashes of lightning bright, he was indeed a wondrous sight. "Beware, my many eyes of flame, for Demon Ravan is my name." Prince Rama took careful aim with his bow and arrow and shot the evil demon. He would never cause trouble again. And so they left the demons' country. Rama rescued Sita, of course, and she rode in a magic chariot pulled by swans with Rama and his brother Lakshman. And the chariot flew back to Rama's own palace in Ayodhya, the most beautiful palace of all. Everybody came to welcome them, and Rama and Sita lived in happiness and peace from that day on, helping each person in the kingdom to be as happy and contented as a royal peacock strolling by. Doll making is an art in India. This doll represents Krishna, the mightiest legendary god of all, in one of his many forms. Srimati Jina, one of the leading dancers of Katakali style, the storytelling drama of South India, portrays Krishna when he meets a wild elephant sent to destroy him. When a doll moves, it becomes a puppet. There are all sorts of puppets, hand puppets and string puppets like this one, and they can tell stories. Puppets originally came from India, and there are shadow puppets too. Let's see a shadow puppet play right now,
that's a very old Indian legend and goes like this. Once upon a time, an old wise man was walking along in the forest when suddenly he saw a little creature scamper out from under his foot. It was a mouse, and he'd almost stepped on it. The wise man thought it must be terrible to be a mouse and be so little that he could be stepped on. And just then a cat came along and was about to catch the mouse. The wise man decided it's time to work a little magic. And array! He changed the mouse into a fine big cat who promptly scared the other cat away. Suddenly he heard a dog barking, and the cat began to shiver. And array! He changed the cat into a bigger dog who frightened the other dog away. Not long after that, a hungry tiger was prowling in the forest and started to leap for the dog. The wise man worked his magic again, and array! The dog was changed into a bigger, handsomer tiger who frightened the other tiger away. Now no one could attack the fine big tiger, and the tiger grew very vain and began to scare all the smaller animals in the forest. The wise man said, "Be careful, tiger. You'd better learn to be kind. Remember what it was like when you were just a frightened little mouse." The tiger didn't want to be reminded. He wanted to forget he'd ever been a mouse, and he roared a mighty roar that said, "I'll do what I like. Don't dare to call me a mouse again." The wise man was very angry, and array! He changed the tiger right back into a tiny trembling mouse who had to scamper out from under his foot before he got stepped on. Think about that story. What do you suppose it means? Every country in the world has drums. One of the most exciting drums in India is the tabla drum, here played by Mr. Hari Sharma. All Indian dance uses hand movements called hasta mudra, or language of the hand. Let's all try it, shall we? One peaceful day, a fish was swimming in the stream, and a bird was flying overhead. In the forest, a deer went to the stream to drink some water. He was a very gentle deer. Suddenly he saw a tiger, and he was frightened. And then there was a clap of thunder, and the wind blew, and it began to rain. The animals ran to hide in caves in the forest. And when the rain stopped, they were all very happy. They watched the sun rise. And even the lotus flowers opened their petals to see the sun. And that's the end of the story. Namaste.